Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
Recording in progress.
Hey guys, welcome. Good evening. Thanks everyone for joining. It's Tuesday night, just after 9 p.m. Eastern. It's April 9th. Welcome, guys. Thanks everyone for joining. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do a little bit of a review on our 4-hour setups from what we started yesterday. Kind of touch base on how they're moving, maybe set up some new zones on them, but we leave everything the same and just continue how everything is moving. And in 45 minutes, we'll do a top-down analysis on NZDUSD because we do have red folder news at 10 o'clock on their overnight bank rate. So we'll talk about that, and we'll watch how NZDUSD moves this Tokyo session. So thanks, guys, for joining. I appreciate everybody. Eid Mubarak, Noor. Thank you. Welcome, Mike. Welcome, everyone, and everyone on YouTube. Susan, thank you for joining. We appreciate all of you guys as well. And just want to say to everybody, Eid Mubarak if you do celebrate. And hope you guys have nothing but the best and health, happiness, success with you and your family. And guys, let's take a look at the charts and the news. Okay, so thanks everyone for joining. Let's go to Forex Factory really quick and look at the news, what happened today. So Tuesday, some news already happened. We had some Japanese news early, just before pre-London. Then we got into London and our New York. So Monday and Tuesday were not that busy news-wise. This is what I'm talking about tonight, what we're going to look at. So after we do a little bit of recap on our higher time frame setups, we have 10 p.m. right here, so we'll do a full top-down analysis on NZDUSD. And so they have their official cash rate over here, 5.5%. They're forecasting 5.5%, so a no change. We'll see the actual number. And then if you click on the folder here on NZD, so this is the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, the interest rate at which banks lend balances held at the Reserve Bank of New Zealand to other banks overnight. And then what we're looking for is we're probably going to see a pause. If we look at the overall historical data, we can see here they haven't changed. So if you look over here, July 11, 2023, the previous was 5.5. They forecasted 5.5, no change. August, they had 5.5, actual 5.5. No, when the actual number came out, 5.5. October, they forecasted 5.5, again actual 5.5. November, 5.5 forecast, actual 5.5. February, what we had last month over here, 5.5, actual came out 5.5. So again, what they're forecasting for tonight is 5.5. That's their forecast. We'll see the actual number. So you can see if they do increase 0.25% and it goes to 5.75, that could be a real big move with the New Zealand dollar. But it looks like, just looking at the history here, it looks like they're probably going to pause again, keep it at 5.5, but we'll see the actual impact of the markets here. So if you're trying to there's some good related stories over here. US dollar consolidates softer ahead of tomorrow's CPI. So the start of the week, Monday and Tuesday, you can see that US dollar is kind of just doing some inside consolidation, trading sideways. It's ranging because tomorrow we have our CPI tomorrow morning, and then the following day we have our PPI. So the market is waiting to see what the actual CPI, the inflation numbers are, and then that will either start to move the US dollar and it will move every other security that you guys are trading. Okay, so that's going to be tonight. What we'll look at later on with our NZD, okay? And then tomorrow, guys, what I was just talking about, 8:30, we don't have much news in London, so you guys will be trading that later on with Shahab in London. Not too much high impact folders. It is tomorrow. This is what we're going to focus on. The entire week this is what we're focusing on. So Monday and Tuesday have a little bit been slow consolidating, but tomorrow when we get this news coming out, we are getting our core CPI month over month, our regular CPI, and then our CPI year over year. So you can see the numbers right here. We talked about this always. What is core CPI and the difference between regular CPI? The only difference is core excludes food and energy. Okay, so make sure you know that. For any core reading, when you see core PPI on Thursday, there's going to be a core PPI and there's going to be a regular PPI, and then the core is always excluding food and energy. Okay, so it gives a couple readings. So CPI core is excluding food and energy, gives us a reading right here. Previous was 0.4. They're actually forecasting a little bit of a decrease to 0.3. We'll see the actual number. Then you have your regular CPI month over month. It's the same exact here, but it's just not core. And then you know what core is, excludes food and energy. This one includes. So change in prices of goods and services purchased by consumers, and you can see it's not excluding food and energy. So this is a bigger reading over here because it gives you an overall real reading of the CPI. And then this one is, I put particular attention to this one right here, CPI year over year, because this is a bigger number. We want to see how it was this time last year. So this time last year it was 3.2%, and we're forecasting 3.4. So a little bit of an increase, and we'll see what the actual number is. And then right after that, you got a couple members speaking. We have FOMC member Bowman speaking at 8:45. Then we move into Wall Street at 9:30. We got some Canadian news. We have our, I live here in Canada, guys, so we have our own overnight rate tomorrow. I'm interested to see what they're going to do. It's more than likely that they're going to pause as well here, 5%, but we'll see if they increase or decrease. But more than likely, analysts are saying that they're going to pause in Canada. And this can kind of foreshadow of what they're going to do in the US in the next couple weeks for the FOMC coming up, okay? And then continuing to move into tomorrow, we've got a Bank of Canada press conference at 10:30. We have US crude oil inventories for all the crude oil traders tomorrow at 10:30. This is gold over here on Bookmap, guys. This is a new 4-hour candle. I was just mentioning to the snipers on Zoom before we started on YouTube, 9 p.m. Eastern, for most of your securities and most of your brokers, it's a new 4-hour candle. So it is for gold here, and you can see right at 9 o'clock it started to break down bearish. We were below the VWAP. These are 15-minute increments. Here's 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, 9 p.m. And you can see how it's making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. You can see the buyers where they're getting trapped up there, they're getting trapped up there, they're getting trapped right there, they're getting trapped right there, they're getting trapped right below the VWAP. And then the higher time frame volatility comes in at 9 p.m., the bigger candle, the new hourly, the new 4-hour, and then this is where they redistribute the volume, and buyers are getting caught on these pullbacks right here, okay? It might come all the way down to here. I can see the heat in the market down here at 2362 on the depth of market, and we'll see if maybe this is kind of like a block that maybe starts to bid up gold, and we'll see if gold can come right back up. If not, could just consolidate and continue to drop. Cumulative volume delta right now, negative 400. So you can see we're moving down at the bottom of the depth of market. So right now, if you are trading, you could have led into this period with a sell. and you can see how it's slowly breaking down over here. Okay. Rico, welcome. Salam, welcome, brother. Eid Mubarak. Tony, thank you. Eid Mubarak to you too. Thanks for joining, bro. I appreciate you. Rio, thank you for joining. Eid Mubarak. Everybody, guys. Sirman, Eid Mubarak. I wish you guys all the best for you guys. Health, happiness, peace, success, and just everything you guys wish for in life. I hope you guys get everything that you guys desire. Okay, guys. So thank you, guys. Hopefully you guys had a nice Ramadan, and tonight, it's time to celebrate, guys. I can't until tomorrow after the prayer, okay? I'm on a different time zone than you guys, but some of you guys already had their prayer and already celebrating. So I hope you guys enjoy your time, guys. Spoil your kids. Okay, guys, and then so that's the news for tomorrow. Then we'll talk about, and then Wednesday night, guys, I'm taking a night off for Eid. But then just remember, make sure you're prepared for Thursday as well. Thursday morning is the core PPI. Okay, so we got CPI tomorrow, and then Thursday morning is PPI. Okay, so we have back-to-back days of Wednesday and Thursday of red folder news in New York, and then Friday morning, I'll be back with you guys Thursday night, and we'll talk about Friday morning for earnings. If we trade Dow Jones, if you trade Dow Jones, you want to be aware of Friday morning. Why? Because just going into Friday morning real quick here, it's a lot of banks, a lot of big banks are reporting Friday morning. JP Morgan Chase, it's a big equity percentage in Dow Jones. BlackRock, most of you guys have heard of BlackRock. They are a big corporation here. They're probably managing $14 trillion of assets under management. Wells Fargo, Citigroup, Progressive Corporation, State Street, another big one, and Bank 7 Corporation. So you can see Friday morning, it's the big banks, it's all finance. So I'm really like passionate about trading finance. I'm passionate about banks. So I trade Dow Jones, so I want to be aware of these. If I'm trading options, I do trade options on JP Morgan, BlackRock, all of these. So I do trade options. So I want to understand what they're doing with the earnings, what they're projecting, forecasting, so that if I'm trading futures, options in the next couple months, I want to know how the banks are moving, especially in the US. Okay, because these guys kind of dictate the overall markets. So I'll be watching these on Friday morning, and you can see that they're all pre-market. JP Morgan is 6:55, BlackRock is 5:55, Wells Fargo is 6:55, Citigroup 8 a.m., Progressive 8 a.m., State Street 7:35, and Bank 7 at 8 a.m. So all of this will be released before we even hit Wall Street, and then Wall Street will open, and then we'll get another volatility. Okay, guys, so be careful trading for the next couple days. Monday and Tuesday there hasn't been much going on, but it's going to get real volatile coming into tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, and Friday morning. Okay. And then just continuing to move over here, guys, our Discord signals. So most of you guys are in the signal group, and some of you guys at SST get this in your package. Just want to talk about quickly gold, that nice psychological number at 2350. So this is how it came out today and when it came out. So here was the actual setup. Right here. So it came out just right after COMEX market. Remember, COMEX is 8:20. So this came out at 8:35 a.m. Have a buy trade idea at 23.50, and then comes along with the chart. So you can see we got up to 23.65 here. There was resistance. It kind of pulled back into this area. 50% of this big bullish green candle that started in London at 3 a.m. over here, and continuing to come down. We started to trade in this little kind of fair value gap in here, and we want to look for if they can gather some liquidity here and continue to move up above 23.50 and get it to close above here, and then we're looking to come into this area around 23.60, and maybe if we can push a little higher. Okay, but we're looking for volume to close above the green area at 23.50, and then we constantly get updates here. So then we see it pulled back into here, kind of like a higher low double bottom. We got a nice bullish engulfing candle, kind of close above here. So if you are watching this area, yes, it did impulsively break 20 pips. There could be a pullback, or we have to look for the continuation to take a buy on the next candle. And then if you continue to look at the setups, you had that candle close above, next one broke out, kind of you got a wick right there, a wick right there, a wick right there, a wick right there, and a wick right there. So any one of these areas you could have maybe taken your buy and place your stop loss below, and now you're starting to get the move breaking out, coming into this resistance. It's moving for over 55 pips now, and continuing to watch this trade develop, going into Wall Street now. Now it's 9:50. 936. So we're coming right up there for a nice 80 pip move. We're kind of closing above this resistance. We could get a pullback and then maybe continue to move up, or we could just continue flying with it. So this was the trade that was taken around 23.50, and then continuing to watch this thing. It's continuing to break and be bullish for over 100 pips, 110 to be exact. And then the final setup after some volatility, some pullbacks, and continue to make higher lows and higher highs. So this is like a trade idea. It can help you guys if you were looking for kind of a signal or an idea. Maybe you were bullish and you were looking to buy this area, and then we release a signal, it comes out. Maybe it helps with confluence, helps your confidence that to know that SST we're looking at the same buy as you, and maybe you can have confidence to take that trade. Okay, and also with indices, really good with US 30 right here, where we were looking for it to come all the way down into this level, and we're looking for a buy above the blue blocks around 38,620, and we got some volume close above, and it did push and then a pullback and then continue to drive. The total move we're looking at 200 plus pips, but even just this leg that came up was really nice leg for about 100 pips and coming right into this area. And then you can start to put a break even, you can start to scale out. You can, if you hold the entire trade, yes, you can maximize on it, but that's your own risk management, and you guys got to learn on how to hold trades or how you navigate that. Okay, so those are our SST signals. And everyone on YouTube, thank you for joining. I know there's not a lot of you guys because it is Eid and some of you guys are celebrating, and it is late. I know some of you guys don't trade the Tokyo session, but it's all good. We still come on here to give back to everybody around the world because we know everyone is at different time zones. And what we're looking at over here, guys, I pinned it at the top of the YouTube channel. Please join this free Telegram. There's a lot of useful information that we release in here. So it kind of gives before and after about trade setups. This was gold. This was the before, the after, what I was just kind of explaining. This was Big Dave in the Zoom call, destroying gold and Dow and helping the snipers over here achieve their success as well. So you guys are welcome to ask questions in here in Zoom, and we'll try our best to answer them. You guys too on YouTube, if you guys answer questions, we try to answer everybody to the best of our ability. So we give you kind of exactly what we do here. There's promotions, there's giveaways, our weekly trading schedule, so you guys know we're in London all week in Zoom with Shahab. We've got Dave over here doing Wall Street. We have PK doing some post New Yorks, and PK helping me out in Tokyo. PK doing some Tokyo trade ideas here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then us over here in the Zoom and YouTube, so you know when we're on YouTube. Next week we'll be switching up. Next week we'll be going to New York. I'll be probably filling in for these post New York sessions over here, and that's what we'll be doing. Either post New York after Wall Street, we'll do post New York, and maybe some mid-afternoon New York sessions. But next 2 weeks we're going to move into New York, guys. So everything that we practice here in Tokyo, we're going to move back into New York. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you hit the notification so that you won't miss out, okay? And then tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow's Eid. I'm going to take the night off for tomorrow to be with the family, and then I'll be right back on Thursday, okay, guys? And if you're interested in the 1-year membership for those SST Scalper Pro signals, the signals alone, if you're interested, it was regular $250 for the year. Now it's $150. You just use this coupon code NFP SIG as signals 100, and that'll get you that promotion. Okay, and thank you guys. This is our website. For any other information you need, go to stocksnipertrading.com. Thank you on our YouTube channel for all the subscribes and the likes and the notifications and all of that stuff. And guys, if you're also interested in a kill shot, we have an SST kill shot. It's available on MQL5 right here. Click on the link and it will take you to the EA website right over here, and you can download a free demo. So before purchase, you can download a free demo and you can test it out, try it, configure it, and see if you like an expert advisor. We have a dedicated team. We have a developer on Telegram that helps all of the members daily on a 24-hour basis, constantly updating new versions, everything. We're on version 2.1 over here, and you can see the last update was March 27, 2024. Okay, so if you are interested in an expert advisor or you want just some information on it, visit this website, please, guys, and you'll get more information. Okay. So let's get into the charts now. I know that's why you guys are here. So what we're going to do is we're going to review our 4-hour setups last night. Yeah, gold had a nice little drop on the new 4-hour candle right there. So I'm going to go full chart. We're going to start off with gold. We're going to do US 30. We're going to do NASDAQ. We're just going to do a quick little recap of what we did last night. Maybe look for some new areas, for some new setups. We'll see if anything activated, and then we'll move over to NZDUSD, and then we'll get ready for that red folder news. Okay, so if everyone's good, I'm ready to go. Thanks for joining. Franco, Eid Mubarak, welcome, bro. Rico, welcome. Thanks, guys, for joining. And everyone on YouTube, let's have some fun. Knenar, welcome, bro. Gazur Bayram, welcome, bro. Okay, guys. So if you guys are good, I'm going to move on to gold. I'm going to keep everything. Our levels are the same as last night. So if you joined us last night, or if you're wondering how I charted, you can kind of watch last night's YouTube session, or you can kind of, if you're on with us every night, then you can kind of follow along and you know what's going on. Okay, so I was looking for a 4-hour sell on gold below this level, so below 23.30 around here, and you see it didn't develop. So we ended the call on this candle. Where was it? We kind of ended the call right over here last night, and then after the end of the call, the 4-hour candle closed above, and then we had an ignited green candle, short wick, and it did come up to here. So we hit 23.65, and then it came back down, bearish, and then we opened right over here. This is a big 4-hour candle because this is 9 a.m. This represents Wall Street. We had bullish, came right back up, and then it got rejected again at this area, 23.64 up here. So rejection. It continued to push down, bearish down into here, into the consolidated area, and it came back up and closed. And then over here in the mid-afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern to the close of the market, we had a bullish candle, and then this is where we're trading at right now. So this used to be the red zone. This is where I was looking for, this was the setup I was kind of looking for yesterday. I was looking for maybe like a double top to come up here, into here, and then push down, and then close down here and continue to push down. So remember, these are 4-hour candles. So when we went to sleep, nothing activated down here. So it continued to push up, and now you see how we're now consolidating in that supply area. So all I'm going to do now is just shift the color from red to neutral to show that it is kind of a consolidated area right here. Okay, I just want to get rid of this one box right here. Okay. If I can find where my where's my consolidated box? Oh, I had a little bit of a freeze here. Let me just update. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Lisa, I'll drop the charts. Let me just update them, Lisa, and then I'll drop fresh ones in the I'll put fresh ones in the Discord and fresh ones on the Zoom for you. Okay. Let me just clean them up. We'll look for some new areas tonight, Lisa, and I'll just drop them in there. Okay. So Lisa, if you just joined, we're on gold right now, 4-hour. And so what I'm doing is I'm kind of just now, as I was saying, okay, we're right back into this kind of consolidated area, but I want to make it now neutral, just to continue to understand that we're still in this consolidated zone. I'm just going to bring the zone up to that purple line, because that is that yesterday's kind of high. We did break out, but again, no green. Now we come back into the markets and we look, and we don't have any green volume closing above there. So now we got to worry about this session. Do you see where I had my original sell at 23.50 yesterday? Now what I'm going to do is I see that they broke it down at Wall Street. It came down bearish, but then went right back in and closed in the box and continued to move up, but then they're bringing it right back down. So now what I'm going to do is, for tonight, I'm still bearish. Okay, I'm going into later tonight and with CPI tomorrow. So I feel like if we look at the 4-hour candles, we're still pushing down on the RSI. The relative strength is decreasing. I'd like to see maybe if we can maybe get a 4-hour candle to penetrate down here now. So I'm going to look for a sell, but you see how I was originally looking for a sell here? Now I'm going to bring my sell idea below the consolidated zone right here. Okay, so the level I'm looking for now is 23.42. Okay, so I'm just going to place like a yellow line here so that I can add a signal on my chart. So right here, I'm going to add a yellow line for point of interest, because this is still a critical daily area. We have 4-hour candles breaking down, going back up, retesting it, going back up. Now we might be coming back down, but I'd like to see a physical red 4-hour candle on gold close below here. It could be this candle in the next 3.5 hours. It could just come down there again, catch a wick, go back up, but we gotta wait. And then so I'm right here waiting for a signal. Okay, originally I had a signal down here. I'm still going to keep my signal down there because that could be the continuation if gold continues to sell off. So what I'm looking for is a red physical bar to come down here and close below here. I don't want to just come down like it did earlier this morning, come down and go back up. I need a red candle to close down in here and then maybe come up for the retest, then get rejected. Then I look to take my 4-hour sell, my swing trade, and then I'm looking to take it down here. So if I'm just measuring this zone from here to here, I can see like 23.42 to 23.30. That's a $12 move on gold, so that's about 120 pips. If I'm just doing my measuring tape, I measure from yellow tape to yellow tape. You can see right there is approximately 120, 130 pips to the yellow line. Okay, and then I'm looking for continued action to close below here, because this was where we were originally looking for that 4-hour sell, but the market moved away from us last night and this morning, so it might be coming back down. And then if I continue to get a red 4-hour candle close below this yellow area, I might continue with that sell or add another sell on gold, because we did penetrate through this area a couple times, but no real volume closed below here. It continued to push right back up. Okay, so I'm just going to adjust and show you that I'm also looking for maybe if it bounces off here, maybe a pullback and then continuation to drop, more supply to come down, close below here, and then maybe get the flush on gold, come all the way down to 2300. If we do have good CPI data tomorrow and good consumer price index and good rally on the US dollar tomorrow morning, then we might see gold sell off. And again, I could be completely wrong. I could be the market, the CPI could affect the US dollar, where the US dollar starts to sell off, and we can see gold come back up to this area. We've tried, and then 23.55, that purple line, then I could see maybe a bullish move on gold coming back up to 23.65 and coming up to this daily point of interest 23.75. Okay, so remember guys, follow your 4-hour candles. My bias is bearish, but again, tomorrow that can change. Like as I see maybe it comes down here and nothing activates down here, and then it comes right back up, and then I see it kind of close bullish above there, I might be looking for a retest here and then take that buy up to here. So my bias on the 4 hours can switch as we get later into the day tomorrow, and we get more into the news. Okay, so remember, but the way how I'm looking at it, we pushed up, they kind of pushed it back down. We closed with this red bar below 50% of this green candle. It came up again, lots of volatility in Wall Street. It came up bullish, but you see it didn't make any new higher highs. They almost got up there, but that is still a lower high, and they rejected it, and then they pushed down for that new lower low. So that's good. They penetrated this area, but we didn't get any volume to close below there, so there was some still buyers, and then it opened again, retested that exact area that I'm looking for that sell, and a bullish candle came back up, rejected, impulse again, kind of late in the day, kind of closed with no volume, and then now we just opened right now with this new 4-hour candle, and it came down bearish. So I'm still considering to have a bearish move, but I need some help with the volume. I need more bearish volume. What do you guys think? Are you guys, what's your bearish on, or what's your bias on the 4-hour time frames? And if you guys say bullish, I completely understand. I could flip to bullish as well. If I see green candles come back up and close above here and retest this, I could definitely go into a buy on the 4-hour, and then I eliminate the sell, and then I have a bias on a buy. I look to buy right here above the purple line, 23.54, 23.55, and my first kind of move would be to fill up to these two wicks right here, and then that would be like 100+ pip move, just filling those wicks to the left, about right there, 120 pips. And then if it continues to drive up to my point of interest yellow line, 23.75, you can see that that would be a new all-time high, and that's a point of interest. That would be about a 200 pip move. So you see how we're still consolidating in here, but anything can happen in the next few hours. But I'm going to stick with bearish bias still on gold, and then if anything changes, then I switch my bias according to the 4-hour volume, because it could fake out again and come right back up and close strong, and then we continue to move to the upside. Okay, but guys, my bias, when you ask me, I'm bearish. Okay, I think maybe it will tend to break down, and then there's a lot of room for it to continue to push down and maybe get down to 2300, and then this would be maybe a good area to close out your trade in this big green box. Collect your pips, because this is where it could be a big buyers waiting to take gold up, cool off that weekly, that daily, that 4-hour RSI on the higher time frame, and then start that buy up to take it right back up to all-time high. Okay, but we'll dictate with the news tomorrow how everything moves. Okay, so that's gold, guys. So you see how I just changed my, this is where I was looking for the sell last night, down here, but nothing kind of came down here. So now I'm just going back, I'm lifting it up, still looking for sell, but at this level. It's kind of like if I was scalping 5-minute candles, as if this was a 5-minute setup, and these are 5-minute candles moving away from me. I'm just coming up to the next area of structure. Do you guys understand that? Does that make sense, guys? That you know what I'm looking for? I don't want anyone to be confused, but I just want you guys to be on kind of the same page as me here. Okay, so I do have an alert here, and then I'll get another alert if it does come down there. Okay. Okay, and Lisa, I'll give you guys this chart. 1 second. And then I'll upload these charts also in the Discord. Oh, let me show you guys, okay? For everyone on Zoom, real quick, if you come over to Discord, I'll show you where myself and PK are uploading these charts for Tokyo sessions for you guys. So come to our Discord for the group, and under where is it? Tokyo Trade Ideas, right over here. Okay, you can see PK was just before me at 8 o'clock. He's got a couple 15-minute setups, nice setups, looking for a possible sell on USD JPY, a buy on NZDUSD right here above there, gold, US 30, and oil. So PK has done a great job. He's got some charts available for you guys on these are. I'm looking at the higher time frame swings on the 4 hours, but PK's got some nice 15-minute setups here. So this is where yesterday, you see, I uploaded the gold 4-hour sell idea, the US 30 4-hour sell idea, and then the NZDUSD 4-hour sell idea. So they're all uploaded here for you guys in the group on Zoom. So always check these Tokyo, this channel right here, Tokyo Trade Ideas, okay? Right here, right above the Sniper Hangout, okay? So guys, let's just continue moving forward. So you got the link there, TradingView in the Zoom. Okay, so we will be looking for maybe a possible sell continuation to drop maybe on gold. And tomorrow we got CPI, so that will directly affect the US dollar. We could get some consolidation going into London, and then finally we'll have a breakout move. Okay, so let's talk about US 30 because it's 9:30. I want to do also NZDUSD for the news. So this was our 4-hour setup. It was pushing down. We had that big double top, push down, lower low, pull back, drop, and then we had all of this nasty consolidation. This was kind of the 6 a.m. Okay, so you see we came down, we kind of ended the call right in here, and then 6 a.m. came down, it came up bullish again and then dropped, and you see there's the break. So this was a 4-hour signal I had a signal here that gave me my alert right here at 38,000 kind of 800 right below here, and this is a 4-hour impulse candle that broke down. It came down to the top of the green box. So we talked about this yesterday. Like a TP would be the top of the green box, right exactly at this structure, and you see how the candle filled red, and dropped right at the top of the green box. If it broke, we were gonna come down to this yellow line, but it didn't. So it came exactly like an equal low right down to this exact structure, and then it came back up. It closed with the body below, and then it opened red, came down a little bit more, and then continued to go back up bullish, and now we're right back in this consolidated box. So it looks like a bigger double bottom. Looking at it now, this is like the one big bottom. This is our neckline, and then with that wick, you see how we're pushing up? It looks like a double bottom. So what I could be watching now is maybe a buy setup above here, above the purple line, 39,020, right above this structure. So if we get 4-hour momentum to push and close above here, maybe retest this, then we can see US30 approach this yellow line, 39,300, and maybe push to the top of that red box, 39,400, 500. Okay, so but guys, I just want to reiterate what we were talking about yesterday, that when you see the 4-hour candle coming down, you get an alert. You should have an alert, like how I placed an alert right there. There was my clock. So I got an alert. So what I did was I went down to the lower time frame when I got my alert right there during the 10 a.m. candle. So if you go to the 1 hour or the 15 minute, this was the break right here. Okay, so you can see now what I look for is the previous 9 a.m. candle. The hour was bearish. It completely engulfed almost all of the structure right over here that was built from London. Nice bearish candle. Then right here 10 a.m. we opened. It came up bullish, hourly candle, into about 50% of that volume, and then we had the rejection, and now it's coming down. So this is where we talk about, if you're going to take a trade like this, it could be, you know, if you want to sell the wick ahead of time, that's more of a sniper entry. I don't recommend that. You can see the break of the body or the break of the wick. With the size of the wick, it's a smaller wick, and then when it broke right there, and then it dropped the hourly move all the way down. We had this zone measured down to there. It was approximately 230 pips. Okay, and you could be kind of in and out, get your pips and dip out of the market, and you're done for the day. But again, that's if you look at the hourly. I go down to the 5 minutes, so I still watch this physical area, and then this is what I watch. You know, I still watch the 4-hour setup gives me the heads up to stay bearish, but I'm looking at this level. So you see how the 5-minute candles, how precise they are. It came down right before, this is Wall Street, kind of 940, 945, 950, had a little bit of a pullback into about 50%, and then there's the pullback, and then the drop right there. Look at how the candle closed right below 1030, and then there's our new 30-minute candle. Ignited, there's the short wick, and then you get your single bars falling down with that 4-hour momentum that dropped for a nice clean 100 pips. But you can see how it dropped, lower low, pullback, still holding 50%. So this is where you draw your zones. I don't want to make the chart dirty or messy, but right over here, you see how it's green right there? See right there? Lisa, are you following? I know, Lisa, you love this stuff, and I know how I want you guys to learn how to use the 4-hour momentum, but then we scalp the 5 minutes if you like, okay? And then this is how you draw your zones, okay? So you see, Lisa, support, support, and then now we got red volume close below, flip, green to red, okay, green to red, you know, because we're going to use these static zones going forward. And then you see the drop, the pullback came up green right into our zone, and then they start to knock it down. And then our new 30-minute candle, I always tell you guys, be aware of the new hourly, the new 30-minute, the new 15-minute, and then we scalp. If we're scalping the lower time frames, there's our nice little perfect setup to drop, and hopefully you grab some pips right there, and that's what we're looking for. And then you see how it filled the entire 4-hour range. That was a beautiful drop of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25. It gave you about 25 minutes to grab over 200 pips if you liked. You know, even if you grabbed the first candle or the second candle, you could have grabbed 100 pips and you could be done for the day with minimal to no drawdown, because you're following that 4-hour break. So I know this is all on the micro level, on the 5 minutes, and that's not what we do here on Tokyo, is to look for these type of little scalps. But I know how you can use a top down, follow the heavier volume, the 4-hour, that's your heavy volume. But when you're looking for entries, you know, because when I look back at the 4-hour candle, this is what I'm going to say right here. See how it dropped? Okay, and then if you're a 4-hour trader, it broke, but it was an impulse break that dropped all the way down, caught a wick exactly at that double bottom right there, and came back up and closed. Now we get our first bearish bar that closes. You know, when we're saying look for your first 4-hour candle close, but that's if you're trading the physical 4-hour candles. We can use these levels, but then you can bring it down to an hour, a 30-minute, a 15 or 5, or even a 1 minute, and you can look for your entry. But what you're doing is you're playing the 4-hour volume, breaking this critical level. So the 4-hour candle broke nicely for about 230 pips, but then caught a wick and came right back up. Next 4-hour candle opened bearish, came down still about into 50% of this range and caught a wick, and then came up really bullish engulfing. And then now look at where we're sitting. We're right back in the heart of the consolidation area. So for US 30, guys, I'm not changing anything. Okay, for US 30, listen to what I'm saying, guys, because I trade US 30 like it's my baby. So if this area, again, I'm keeping the same alert. Okay, this alert is static. So if US 30, again, on the 4-hour candle, comes back below here, again, I could switch to an hourly or a 15-minute or a 5. But I'm looking for, again, maybe a bigger push. Maybe 4-hour volume does actually physically close below there. Then I get the pullback, and then the 4-hour real nice bearish drop, and then we come back down. We fill the wick we get another 230 pips, and then we break down for a new lower low down to that yellow line, and maybe at the bottom of the green box with new 4-hour momentum. Okay, do you guys understand that? That I'm still looking for a sell below this area. Let me just get rid of this trend line so it doesn't confuse you. So I'm going to put here, guys, I'm still looking for a sell below here. See my alarm right here, Rico? There's my clock. Okay, it's the same clock that activated this morning. Same clock. Okay, and Rico, I have TradingView set up on my mobile right now, so when I get a signal on my desktop, it goes straight to my mobile. And if I'm trading on MT4, MT5 on my mobile or on my phone, I get the alert and I'm right there ready to take trades. Okay, so you guys can do that as well. Really handy with alerts and signals. So I'm going to continue to look for a sell below here. Maybe we can fill with more red volume. We fill the wick and ready to break this double bottom. And then if we do get the break, maybe an impulse break to that yellow line, because that's 50% of this big green box. And when we look across chart, remember how we set it up? We set it up at this wick, structure right there, structure right there. So measuring that move, that might be about 300-400 maybe. If it comes, okay, we know 230 down, fill that, and then drop down there. It's about 350 pip move down there. If it continues to break, I'm looking at the top, the bottom of this green box, and then again playing my levels from here to there, and then if it continues down there, there. But now I look at the 4 hours. It did drop perfectly. Equal tweezer bottom low on the 4-hour candle, had a nice big rejection, so the buyer still held the area, and then pulled back, same nice big higher low, and continue to come up with a bullish 4-hour candle. We're right in the mid consolidation, right in the middle of consolidation. It doesn't get any more dramatic than that. So what happens if we continue to push and close above this purple line? You see, we've kind of tried it here, we tried it there, impulse there. But what happens with maybe they grabbed enough liquidity yesterday in Wall Street and drove up, and now it's going to consolidate. And then when we get into maybe CPI tomorrow, maybe US 30, the markets have a nice move leading into PPI. So maybe it closes above here and then retest this. Then guess what, guys? I could be looking for a buy on US 30 to maybe fill up to that yellow line. So I have a sell signal down here in case it triggers, but if the market says otherwise and says there's a beautiful double bottom, and that's our neckline right there, so you can see where our neckline is. If I do get that push, close, retest, and push, then guys, I'm going to switch my bias and I'm going to be a buyer of US 30. If I get that set up what I'm looking for above there, then I take it to maybe 50% into the red box, but hopefully with that momentum, they test this yellow line right back up to these highs, 39,300, and I could be looking for that move. I measure it so I know exactly what I'm getting into. So if it just comes up to the bottom of the red box, it's about a 100 pip move, but on a 4-hour setup, I'm maybe looking for a little more. But sometimes if we get that bullish break and you enter on like a 5-minute candle or a 15, you could just get that fill for 100 pips with minimal to no drawdown because you're driving on that 4-hour momentum. So maybe you hit your 100 pip goal, you go to a break even, maybe you scale out a little bit. Who knows? I don't know your daily goals, but 100, but we're looking for a little more. We're looking to come up into, test into this block like right over here. That's a 200 pip move. And then maybe if we enter into that yellow line, it's close to a 300 pip move. So you can see, it's hard to, if you're asking me right now, like gold, my bias was bearish, no issues on that. But look at US 30. It's like, if we just talk bullish, there's a beautiful double bottom setup. Doesn't get any better than that. Nice double bottom. We're right in the heart of consolidation. So yes, and now I don't know. It's 50-50. It's kind of like a coin flip here. So it could definitely come up and close above the structure. We haven't closed with any 4-hour volume. So maybe with this second bottom, maybe they got enough volume to close it up there, retest this, then we drive. Okay. Then, you know where Ron says he was bearish? If the market's moving up there, I'm bullish. If I get that close, I could be scalping for 100, 200, maybe 300 pips and grab that move, get my pancakes and be done for the day. But you see, if the bears, if they say we're going to consolidate in here and continue to test this break, if they close it below here, retest this, then guess what? Maybe we're dropping back down to that bottom, and then they can break it with more momentum, and then we drop down there. So with US 30 on the higher time frames for swing trades, I'm 50-50, guys. Do you guys understand that? I want you guys to be clear on this. It's tough to say where it could go, because we've got a beautiful double bottom and we're right in the middle of the consolidated box. So we have to allow this to develop. You know, this 4-hour candle is going to close in 15 minutes, and then I'm getting a new 4-hour candle on US 30. So anything can happen. So I'm looking for both ways here. What is your guys' bias on US 30 on the higher time frames? Not on the next scalp in the next 5 minutes, not where it's going in 15 minutes. Where do you think the bigger move is? Do you guys think bullish is breaking above here and we continue to push up? Or if you guys are bearish, if we get volume down here, we're going to continue to push down. Noor, you're bullish. Rico, you're bearish. Okay. I'm 50-50, guys. I'm neutral for now. I gotta see more 4-hour development. I gotta see maybe if the sellers can push it back down here. Maybe it might continue to come back up here. So I need more than this. I need maybe another 4-hour candle to print, and that one will be going into London, and then maybe the next one will be going into CPI. Okay, guys? But I'm going to put an alert up here. Watch how I do it, guys. So I've already got an active alert down there. There's my clock. So right up here, I'm going to right-click the purple line. Right-click. Add an alert here. Yes. I will create it. And there it is. So you'll see a purple clock. There it is. So there's my clock above here and my clock above here. It's kind of like if you're sleeping, you're going to get a wake-up call. And then that's where we focus on the breakout there and the breakout there. And again, if you're a 4-hour trader and you're waiting for that volume, you got to ask yourself, you're waiting for that volume. I'm not a 4-hour trader, like to wait for a 4-hour candle. I follow the 4-hour momentum, but I like to take entries on the lower time frames. So like how I started the call, you can break it down to the 1 hour, you can go down to the 30-minute, you can go down to the 15-minute. I personally like to trade on the 5 and even the 1 minutes. But then when I get into the trade, I'm going with the momentum of the 4-hour candle. So I might keep that sell side bias and hold the trade. But when it comes to these levels, then I trade like a robot. When it gets to these levels, I make decisions. Okay, that's why I have my chart kind of color coordinated like this with these lines. Okay, so I will share this chart with you. What time is it? 9:46. Okay, real quickly, guys, let's do a recap of NASDAQ, and then we got to move into NZDUSD because quickly we're going to get some red folder news. How about we do this so we don't rush? Okay. Number one, Zoom, you guys have a trading view link in there. That's the updated US 30. So we're in mid consolidation. We're still in this neutral box. We'll look for buys above here, above 39,020, and we'll look for sells below here, 38,790. Okay. You guys have that chart in there. So let's just keep these all side by side right here. Guys, I will come back to NASDAQ. Okay, I will review NASDAQ. It was kind of just like an impulse drop. Nothing kind of materialized down there. It came back up. We have a big bullish engulfing candle. NASDAQ closed above, and now it's retesting this area. So it could be kind of just flagging right now, and we could get bullish momentum developing on NASDAQ. I'll update this with you. Mark up number one, 50% of this bullish candle. Make sure you have a line here in case there's a pullback back into the consolidated zone and we hold 50% of the bullish candle, and then we continue to creep our way back up, and maybe we close and we have a bullish move tomorrow with CPI. So maybe NASDAQ and maybe US 30 could be bullish. Maybe we got to sell on gold. But guys, I will come back to NASDAQ. I want to chart NZDUSD because we're about 12 minutes away from red folder news. And then I kind of want to bring it down to the lower time frames with you guys. Okay, so I will come back to this. Let's just move over and do one chart of NZDUSD. Let's see here. Where's NZD? Okay. So the reason why I'm doing NZDUSD for this session is because if you're just joining, Forex Factory tonight has right over here, 10 p.m. So that's in about 12 minutes. We've got NZD, our official cash rate. So the overnight lending rate, 5.5% was previous month, and they're forecasting no change, 5.5. We'll see the actual number. So we're going to look into these two red folders on NZDUSD. We'll just look at it. If there's a trade, maybe we'll look to take a trade. If not, we just watch volatility in Tokyo to see what a red folder can do with NZD. Because sometimes in these sessions, we don't get any red folders, but let's take advantage of it tonight, okay? So what I'm going to do is we're going to move over to NZD. We're going to do a top-down analysis because some of you guys haven't been trading NZD or maybe never even traded this thing. So let's look on the daily. Okay, again, I haven't traded this pair in a long time, but that's why I got to do a top-down analysis to see how everything is moving. So I can see up here, you can see overall, like I can see it's very bearish. Okay, all the way up here, kind of it was 75 cents, lower high, lower high, lower low. Continued to push it down, lower high. Now we're at 65 cents. It came back down, but then we have a higher low building. So just looking at some critical areas, like if I was doing a real top-down analysis, I see this area right over here, resistance, resistance, that block resistance. So this area, bring it across into the future, 63 cents, 64 cents. It looks like a lot of resistance there. Where did we get saved in the market? We got saved, we pivoted right here on that initial drop. So we've got a little bit of support there. So my bigger zones are right here. My big red box, my big green box are here. So now I continue now to get the intermediate zones. I can see inside. Now I can see how it's trading more inside here. Again, I've got a little bit of lower high supply right here, right there, and bring that box across, and we're down here. So obviously that box above me is going to be red. So I can see that this one is pending. Big block at 63, 64 cents up there. But then when the market came down, it retested this red, double top. There's your red drop, and then coming right back up. So that's my more pending 62 cents. But I can see right over here, again, there's structure right here being built. Look at where we previously had some support right here in the market. I just want to go up to here where it was kind of green right there, coming into red of that 4-hour that daily candle that dropped down, and then bringing this across. So I can see right now we're trading into that news in about 10 minutes, and we're trying to break out of this resistance. Okay, so you see how we're trading right into it. I can look at yesterday's candle, how we traded green right into it, then it got rejected, it closed right here, and here's our new daily candle, a little bit of indecision. So yes, we could break out bullish, and I'll get those levels, but you can see right here my next green box, this higher low right here, that's green. Okay, so I'm kind of really consolidating this on the daily to get my bigger zones. And then now what I do is I follow the daily setup. So right here, double top, drop, there's red, your green, and then your red bar officially closed below. There's your retest. You could have sold right there. That would have been a nice sell right there on a daily candle. If you're looking for like a little swing scalp, I mean, like take one bar but swing it down, that's approximately 60 pips for NZD. You know, these don't tend to move like US 30, but not bad. 60 pips could be a daily goal. We pulled right back into it. They dropped it, kind of formed a nice little bottom there. So now some critical point of interest right here, guys. It's sticking out. Look at those bodies right there, yellow line. Right there was resistance, resistance, resistance. See, the volume was still below a couple impulse breaks, but they held it below, then they continued to drop it. Here we closed with a green candle right at the yellow line, retested it and pushed up. It came back down. No red volume closing below the yellow line, so they're still holding it, coming right back up. So now I'm just trying to pick apart some critical point of interest. And then following yesterday's volume, we closed, we opened. What happened? We came up bullish. So that's my daily high, the wick, purple line. How I normally do things, purple line, that's my high of the day. And then not much volume right now, it's waiting for that red folder. Coming down, it came down right there, stopped. So that's my low of the day, the low wick. It's a doji candle. Again, the volume is waiting for that news. So if it continues to break out of its high of the day, all we have to basically do is clear yesterday's high wick, and maybe we can trade into, look at right here. So I'm going to place a yellow line right here. Why right here? Because this is a critical area, point of interest in the market. Why? Because when we broke down, we came up, tested the yellow line, rejected. Came up, rejected. Came up, rejected. Came up to the yellow line, rejected. Then we formed the bottom here. The volume closed above the yellow line. We continued to push higher. And then right here, the big red candle, about 50% below, closed below. We came up again, drop. Came up again near that yellow line and drop. So if we continue to push up, maybe we come up and fill, maybe not just with the news, but later on trading, if you follow NZDUSD, if we get more of a 4-hour hourly candle close above here, we could continue to push up into this range. Now, if it continues to push down, bearish, okay, we gotta maybe see if we can drop down to maybe the bottom of these bodies right here, 60 cents and 60.25 right here. Yeah, perfect, 60.25. We've got a wick that stopped there, a body, pull back right there. Okay, so now we retraced up. Now just think of a pattern. Okay, so we dropped all the way down, right down. We found our first bottom, coming all the way right back up. So we are in the consolidation. See the red, green, red, that consolidated area. So this is where it could kind of trade sideways in the neckline. If it pushes up and closes above here, we could move up to that yellow line. Okay, but also if it gets rejected here, this could be the move that is coming down to close below here and then start to drop down. Okay, it's right at the neckline. So this is where it might consolidate to, and we've got red folder news coming up to kind of consolidate it right at the neckline. So it might be very volatile, but we'll see what happens. So let's move now to the hourly, because we're 5 minutes away. So look at the hourly candles. Okay, we have an hourly. Look at the trend, the overall trend, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Look at the trend line. Look how clean the trend line is. It's still holding the hourly momentum. Okay, but we've got a little bit of development on the hourly now. Kind of looks like a lower high M. Okay, here was our bigger move that came up, neckline. It came back again. Didn't make the equal high double top. It's a lower high at the high of the day, and they're pushing it down. Okay, so if we get a break below this purple line, that could be the sell. And then look at where I draw a white line. Okay, white line right here, this area. So I could pip and dip, maybe if it comes down right here. Why right here? The reason why Ron is placing a white line here is for hourly, and it used to be resistance right there, turn to support there, turn to support there. So if I just drop from the purple line, come down to the white line, I get my measuring tape. I measure from purple to there. It's only 15 pips. Okay, I know that's NZDUSD, but with red folders, it could drop more, come down to the yellow, 25 pips, maybe to the next point of interest could be 40, 50 pip move. Okay, so I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, 25 pips if it comes down to that yellow line. But I need a break of that purple line. I'm going to place a green box here too to show you when it broke down, it got saved by those wicks. So I need it to break down below that kind of green box. Okay, so we'll see how it develops. We can see that there's a lower high. Let me just place another so you can clearly visually see this. See right up there, see it's a lower high red box, okay, within the bigger supply. Okay, so it could just consolidate. If we get volume approach up here and close above here, kind of cooled off the RSI, so this thing could continue to drive, but if we break here, this thing could drop. Okay, so let's watch it on the 5 minutes because we're about 2-3 minutes away from news. If you guys haven't traded this, or add it to your list, make sure you take a look at the spreads. Okay, I'm going to go in, look at the spreads. NZDUSD, I have a 0.1 spread, 0.1. It's one pipette. It's basically zero spread on this. Okay, I do have to pay commissions when I trade with Forex. But let's look at the 5 minutes. Okay, so we had a big drop earlier. Held down in the green box, came back up, they pushed it back down, continued to come up, and now we're driving. And then now you see how ugly it's getting in here. So this is where trap this garbage right here. And then it could be really volatile. Okay, I haven't traded this thing in a long time. What do you guys? Do you guys trade NZD? How does it move? Sorry guys, I have it on gold on Bookmap if you guys are watching, but okay, and then just measuring, if we go into like maybe a buy, maybe if it fills up to the look at it, guys. Is it really worth trading this stuff? It's only 6 pips up to there. The top of the red box is about 8, 9. Wow. Holy, a move like this on US 30, we would be done for, that would be our weekly goal. Trading this thing only for 11.5 pips up there. Oh my goodness. Wow. If this was US 30, guys, we would be done for the week. That would, you see when we do US 30, when I measured it, it's like a 200, 300 pip move. This thing is 11 pips, guys. Okay, so I don't know if we're going to get anything exciting, but I'm just showing you. If we break down bearish and come down to the green box, it's only for 5 pips. So maybe with momentum we drop, but where could we drop down to? There's my next neckline right there. So you can see where I kind of locate the neckline. Yeah, right there. Good location. There's a wick, a lot of volume below there. So if it does come down to test that red line on a sell, that's again about 12 pips. So let's see what they do. 30 seconds, guys, 25 seconds. It will be really volatile, okay? Remember that. So we can wait for a 5-minute candle to close, unless you have a bias on this, on what could happen. But we'll watch it for a few minutes. Is anybody actively trading NZDUSD? Do you guys have any insight on this? Can you guys tell us? Oh, there it is. Okay, so you don't even have time to breathe. See what they just did? They brought it down, right down to our red line, okay? And then they grabbed the liquidity, come right back up. That's the first 10 seconds, okay? So you guys understand how quick that is, okay? So maybe we let this thing close out, okay? Look at it, it's only the first 20 seconds. Look at the range now, okay? So that's why sometimes, do you want to be in a trade unused? Do you want to take the trade right away when there's something going on like this? Maybe we wait it out, see where they close. But you see how it just opened red, came down to that red line, which we located. And we didn't do that. We just looked at simple structure to the left. It hit right there. So did they grab all of the pending orders and maybe they're going to push it up and drive it? Okay, but what we can do is also watch on the 1 minutes. Okay, this is the, look at the 1 minute candle. This is the close of it. Okay, it came down, liquidity grab. Are we going to get a red candle to come back down to retest 50% of it? Okay, let's look if we get a retest. See how it's red? Okay, so we know we got a really big 1 minute candle that opened on the news. Numbers came out. Was it the same, Rico? Same numbers? 5.5? Yeah, okay. They've held the same numbers for the past year. Like every single overnight rate has been sitting at 5.5. Okay, I don't know if you guys want to scalp 1 minute candles on this type of news, but we look for a red move to come back down to maybe test 50%. It came down red but caught a wick, so this thing could continue to maybe drive up to this bigger red box. If we want to wait for the full 5 minute candle to close, we can wait for the full 5 minute candle to close. When I measured the move for only like 10 pips, it's here's our next 1 minute candle. So maybe I see the pullback, and then maybe I can see where there's going to be a little bit of like a fair value gap if we see something, if it pulls back. Okay, and then look above here. If it breaks out of here, okay, there's your next 1 minute structure. I don't know if you guys are in buys, but this is how I do things. I look at the next 1 minute structure right there. It could fill right up to there, possibly, if it wants to continue to drive. Okay, I know it's quick. I haven't even taken a trade yet, just watching this thing. But do you see how they grabbed the liquidity? If not, we're learning. So you see how they came down there, because this could be another very similar setup with another security you trade. See how it opened red? So right away, if you took that sell, you're in big trouble. You got excited on that big red candle. But what they did was they came down there to take out all the pending orders, and then it kind of closed bullish above structure, and then there it goes. It's driving bullish. But you can see how they kind of faked out the market on the first 1 minute with that wick right there. I should have maybe personally taken a buy on here, but I didn't. Do we trade BTC? Yeah, I personally trade BTC. Yep. Okay, and in these zones, okay, if I go back to the 5 minutes, because I was watching it on the ones, okay, we got a really big 5-minute candle. If it can kind of close above this red box in the next minute and 20, then I go through the motions, I flip that red box, I make it green. So look at where we came up to. Remember that red line? Where did Ron get that red line from? Just looking at the structure above the purple line. And you see how beautifully it just came and filled right up to that red line. So I don't know if any of you guys got that, but that's a 16 pip move from the original breakout right there. And then if you want to break it down 1 minute by 1 minute, kind of see the liquidity grab on the first 10 seconds, the hammer candle close above, nice little pullback. Even if you set up a buy there, it filled up nicely. Okay, and then you could just dip right out of the market, grab your 10, 15, 20 pips on this and just get out. If you did, okay, I didn't, okay. I don't want to be that person that said I did. Maybe I got to wait for this full 5-minute candle to close in the next 30 seconds. It looks like it's bullish, so I'm already anticipating I'm going to flip the red to green just in case there's a pullback. I want to see now where this was resistance, will it hold as support going forward? Okay, so we moved out of this consolidated area. The news really pushed this thing up with that big rejection wick. So like the market can give you clues, guys. Okay, so I want you to learn from this. You know, we trade news a lot with you guys in New York. So you don't have to go all in on the first 10 seconds. Wait 1 minute, wait 2 minutes, wait 3 minutes, and then you might see what the market is actually creating. So do you guys understand right here what they did? How they came red, 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 and it just was the first 10 seconds. Sometimes you don't even have time to react. And then it just hit that red line, came up and closed above, and then continue to really push. So now the 1 minute candles are maybe retracing right back down to retest the green box. This is the new 5 minute candle. Okay, there it is. How far down will it pull back? If it holds, this thing might continue to break out, and then you get a continuation on your buy, or we could look to take a trade. Okay, that all happened in the first 5 minutes. And then let's say it was just a news momentum. If it comes back down and maybe closes below here, then maybe I could continue to maybe, if it closes below there and retest this, I could sell it right back down to where they brought it down to. You know, if it's just like a initial move out of the news, an overreaction in the market, and then it kind of corrects itself and then starts selling off again. You know, like a kind of like a pump, and then they dump it right back down. But right now, from the red line to the green box, if you're undecided on where this thing can go, your next job as a scalper is to trap this zone. Okay, so if anything, you know, I know a lot of you guys are looking, when's this guy going to trade? Just look at what I'm doing. Okay, so now I've flagged it from where the red line to the top of the green box, and then if I'm still undecided on what I'm going to do, I'm still going to wait for it, because it could come back up, maybe give me my move to continue to buy, or it could break down what I said there and then maybe continue to sell off. Okay, use my fib. I'm a human fib. I'm a human Fibonacci. I can visually see the Fibonacci lines. I know exactly where's the 50. I know exactly where the 618 is. I know exactly where the 382 is. I visually know these things. I'm just joking. Yeah, it is with experience. Staring at candles for half of your life, you should know a little bit about volume and how these things open and close. And see now how we're testing. You know when I always say, look at the body, open, close, half of it. Okay, so we're testing half of the bullish volume. Will it hold? See how it came, retrace right down the next 5 minute candle. Are we holding this green zone? Will it close below there? Will it continue maybe to sell off? And maybe it was just an overreaction. They didn't really change rates. They maybe just hit some pending orders down there, hit some pending orders up here, and then we might just continue to trade bearish. Okay, with all of that, kind of hit the other potential highs over here. So it could be like, if you're looking at this, could be like a big double top, guys. Now I look at the overall thing. The move right there was one top. Okay, this is our neckline. It came back up on that news, double topped right up there, and now they're dropping it back down. So if we close below there, maybe a pullback, and then maybe it breaks later tonight. If you're watching NZD, I would place an alert down here at 0.6050 right there. And then if it continues to sell off, maybe below there, NZDUSD could continue to sell off. Okay, that's just my bias. I'm not going to be trading this thing tonight. For me, this is too slow. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys. For me, like when I measured that entire move, when I only saw like 12 pips, I'm used to that ruler with US 30, and that's about 100 pips. So this is a little slower for me, but if you're a beginner and you want to learn a lot about technicals, Forex is great to learn with. Okay, so you see, and then guys, going through the rules. Okay, I don't want to be that guy that says you could have done this, you should have done that, you would have done that. See how it came up to the target? It came up for that area when we broke right there, that consolidated area for 15, 16 pips. And if you don't do anything, just because it's news, you still got to follow your rules. It pretty much came almost all the way down to where you probably took that 1 minute candle on the 1 minute entry, like what I was saying right here. See right there, if you bought that next 1 minute when 9 o'clock was the news, 9:01 right there. If you bought that candle, see how it retraced all the way right back down to where you bought in. So you just gave away 15, 16, 17 pips to the market, and you just got your break even hit. So guys, you know what I mean? You gotta trust if you're scalping zone to zone, you got to trust your zones. I had a one-on-one earlier today with a sniper, and he wanted to learn the zone to zone trading, and I told him you need to trade exactly as if you are a robot. We want more. We want more than 16. We want 20. We want 30. We want 40. We want 50. Everybody does. But if you trade like that, just kind of trade right to the level. Let it fill itself, and then just take your money and get out. Just try it, okay? Just try it for the next week. I always give you guys like assignments, homework to test you, to try it. You guys might love this style of trading. Some of you guys might hate this style of trading, but just try it and then see for yourself. Okay, now you can see it's back closing below. So maybe we've got to wait 5, 10, 15 minutes for this news to digest. Maybe that was just a false breakout and then they're bringing it right back down. So that's the area. If it kind of breaks below here, potentially could look for a sell below this area. And then we'll stay with this for about 5-10 more minutes, and then we'll do our review on NASDAQ. So now if it's going to consolidate, I bring it right in there. And then I let it do its thing. If it wants to trade in here, I let it do its thing. Maybe it will reverse back up. Maybe I'll look for a buy above here to take out that high and continue to move. Or maybe I look for a sell to break down and drop through here. Yeah, we're looking at NU tonight. Carlos, you just missed it. We just had the 10 p.m. red folders. It was, Carlos, it opened up right away. First 10 seconds was red, dropped down, wick, closed on the first 1 minute, bullish above the zone. Could have maybe taken the buy, I didn't. It pushed up filled that zone for about 15 pips, and then kind of reversing right back down. No change in the numbers, 5.5% in New Zealand. Yeah, screaming short. Yeah, we can see. Yeah, maybe it was a huge just liquidity grab and then coming right back down. And then maybe we look to short this thing down. I want to see if they can penetrate through here and close with a candle in the next 2.5 minutes. Maybe we get a small pullback, then that drop. It fills the wick that when they opened, and then we continue to break down to that hourly white line, maybe down to these daily point of interest, and maybe we can grab some pips. Alex, do I only trade in Tokyo? We do about 1-2 weeks in Tokyo, and then we flip to 1-2 weeks in New York. So next 2 weeks, we're going to be moving over to New York, Alex. Post New York, so around 11 a.m. Eastern, we'll go till about 1 or 2 p.m. And sometimes we do late afternoon New Yorks, right into kind of the last hour of the trading day. But we will be moving into New York for the next couple of weeks, guys. Right after Dave and Wall Street. Welcome, Sajed. Eid Mubarak, brother. Welcome, guys. Okay, and I have it on gold on Bookmap. See that heat that came in there? Really holding gold down. We'll get back to gold. We trade everything, Alex. We trade. We're doing forex tonight just because of the news, but mostly what we trade is indices. We look at US 30, Dow Jones. We look at Nasdaq. We look at gold. We look at those are the majors we look at. Gold, US 30, Nasdaq. Thank you, Sally. Eid Mubarak to you too. Okay, does anybody want to like trade this NZDUSD, or was it just good that we just looked at it? I saw some of you guys had some ugly spreads. There was no point in trading this thing on news if you have bad spreads. It's not worth it. I just wanted to show you guys. This was a prime example of a red folder news, how they faked it. So if anything, let's learn from this. Do you guys understand on the first 1 minute? Because you're going to see this pattern quite often. So you see how they opened it red and it just dropped, and then they hit all the pending orders and it closed really strong and then kind of broke out for a nice little buy. Okay, it filled the zone for about 15 pips. We measured it, so it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. It came up to the red line. Where did Ron get this red line from? I wasn't just guessing where I got that red line from. I was on the 5 minutes, and right there, I just placed the red line at this previous structure on Tuesday at 10 a.m., 10:20, exactly, 10:15. I brought that red line across into the future, and you see how we just drove right into that red line. If you didn't do anything while you were up 15 pips, then unfortunately it came right back down to where you entered, and now you're getting break even. So that's scalping, guys. Remember, this is scalping news. If we're going to do that, it's not looking to get into this trade and hold this trade into later tonight or tomorrow into New York. It's just a quick little scalp, get your pips and get out. And that's why it's important to measure the move. Okay, and then now it's just continuing to consolidate in here. So I can continue to wait. Like it could come back up. It could just go back down. I could be looking for maybe a potential. Okay, I'm just looking. I'm just placing these. I could be looking for a potential sell below this structure to drop, fill that news wick, and then maybe come down to that hourly white line. And again, if I'm looking to take this trade, I measure it beforehand. I'm just walking you guys through my psychology of how I do this. So if I'm looking to fill that, it's 12 pips. If I can break maybe a little lower and come down to that hourly support, it's about 20 pips. Right there, 20 exactly. Okay, that could be a 20-point grab. Get in and get out. Okay, because it could reverse back up. But if this thing maybe continues to push bullish and kind of close above there and then work this area, could come up to take out that previous high and then drive a little further up. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it on the sell side for now, just to watch, see if we can start to maybe break down a little bit. And we'll stay with this for about 5-10 more minutes, and then we'll do our NASDAQ recap of last night. Okay. Guys, that's it, guys. I'm done fasting, so I'm excited. So it's going to feel different tomorrow. Getting up and I can have a coffee. It's going to feel real different, but got to go to prayer first, and then go for a nice lunch with the family, and then dinner. So I hope you guys already are celebrating your Eid around the world, and I hope you guys, I wish everyone a lot of success, a lot of health, a lot of happiness, peace around the world. Guys, I hope you learned discipline if you were fasting. I hope you guys can translate what you did during Ramadan and bring it into trading. The discipline, the patience, you can really take you to the next level as a trader. If you appreciate everything that you do in Ramadan, you bring it into the markets, and you bring that patience, that discipline into the markets as well. You really respect your risk management. You trade as if you're trading like you own a business. You're not in a casino gambling. Gambling is haram, so I hope you guys are not gambling when we're trading. Okay? So keep trading as a business. Don't be a gambler. Gambling is haram. We don't gamble here. You want to go and gamble? Go to Las Vegas, go to Niagara Falls, go to Atlantic City, go to a casino. But in the markets, we trade disciplined, guys. You have to have proper risk management. You've got to have a trading plan every single day. You've got to have goals, realistic goals. Stop setting up unrealistic goals. Because I get a lot of one-on-ones with guys and they're telling me everything they want and everything they need. And I'm like, let's just learn how to have one profitable week first. Before we're looking to buy the Lamborghinis and the Bugattis, we need to have one profitable week and try to bring it into 2 profitable weeks. Then once we have 1 month, then hopefully we can have 2 months of consistent trading. But everybody wants this, I need that, but we can't even string together a couple consistent days of trading. So forget about all those things, guys. Let's start to see if we can start to scale an account consistently. Even if you have to do it with a demo or you got to do it with penny sizing, don't worry about it, okay? You don't have to open up a huge account and start doing Lambo sizing, okay? You can do something small. Remember, percentage or pips. Don't worry about the money. The money will come later. It's all part of the game. Dennis, welcome, brother. Dennis, big UFC this weekend. We might be going to Boston Pizza. Dennis, if you want to join us, I'm going to go there with my brother-in-law and my nephews. You're welcome to come, Dennis. I can come grab you. UFC 300, Dennis. Yeah, I'll message you, Dennis, if you want to. We're going to probably head out maybe around 8:30. Carlos, you're welcome to come too. I can come all the way to Chile and pick you up. It's a good card. Good card this week. Send you the chopper? Send the chopper. Okay, so you see NZD might be trying to get back up here, might be pushing down. So it's just testing. See how it's still consolidating. So all we had was, before the news, it was just consolidating. Then we had the news, big breakout, and then kind of retraced right back down. So we're trading right back in the news as if the news didn't even happen. Okay, we're like right back in this zone. So there was no big real change in the news. It was, everything was equal, 5.5 right here. No change. Okay, they haven't. If you click on the folder, these guys have never changed this thing. Look at, if you look, started right here in May. Look at forecast 5.5 actual. Forecast 5.5, actual 5.5. Forecast 5.5, actual 5.5. 5.5 all the way up until now. So these guys haven't changed it for 6 times now, for over 6, 7, 8 months now. Haven't changed. So is that going to really change impact in the market? There was a little bit of volatility, but it's right back consolidating. Maybe we do push up, but I'm looking for that body to close in the next 3 minutes. Then maybe we can continue with buys over here. Okay. RS plays. Who do I got? Pereira or Jamal Hill? I like Jamal Hill because he's close to me out here in Detroit, Michigan. I know where he trains at, but Pereira is a dog. I don't think Jamal Hill can beat Pereira. Pereira, guys, he's a wash. That guy, he's tough, man. I don't know. It should be a good fight. Jamal Hill has that reach. He's tall, tough, but I don't think he can take out Pereira. Should be a good fight. What do you guys think? Pereira, Jamal Hill? RS, Tia Shiptad? Welcome, Hurst. Good evening. Hurst, Pereira all the way? Yeah. Okay, guys, so we'll stick with NZDUSD for a couple more minutes, and then I want to go over and do the NASDAQ analysis to make sure we're on page for the bigger moves tomorrow morning. So what did you guys think about NZDUSD? Was it exciting? Was this thing, is this something that you could trade? Or is this, some of you guys don't even look at this? Anybody trade this thing? It was exciting for about 20 seconds. Yeah. Um, Boring, Noor. I know. You love trading scalping the Nasdaq. So to me, I'm telling you guys, this is really boring for me. Like, this is when I first started trading, watching this. Like, it teaches you patience, teaches you discipline, but just the moves are not like, I love to scalp and get in a nice big body candle and collect 30, 40, 50 pips in and out. Boom, boom, boom. Hit a couple of those candles a day and you hit your daily goal. This is, if there was no news, look at what we're trading in here. Look at these things. Like, if you measure one of these candles, like, is it even a pip? Two pips. Like, you gotta be patient with these things. But they do move, they do. If you're a beginner, this is what I would concentrate on. I would stay with this and really learn with forex. Stick with currency, but then once you get a little bit more experience and then you want to test real volatility, you come trade gold, you come trade US30, you come trade Nasdaq. It's a little bit more like, you got to understand you're trading a completely different security. Yeah, Josh, I hear you. Gold, US30, and that's all you need. I know. That's, everyone asks me, do you trade this? Do you trade that? Do you trade that? I'm telling you guys the honest truth. When I'm not trading with you guys can probably guess what I'm trading. I have Bookmap on US30 on YM, and I've got either TradingView chart on Dow Jones, and that's what. And I flip flop from gold and Dow. Sometimes you can get me into Nasdaq, but I'm more of a US30 trading because I follow banks. Like, I love following the liquidity in the markets and how the banks move. I'm fascinated by that. I've always been fascinated about the banks all my life. I used to work at a bank, so I'm intrigued. Like my cousin Yoda, he loves tech, so he sticks with Nasdaq. He's loves tech sector. He loves technology. I'm not into tech too much. I do enjoy it, but I'm more, my niche is banks. I prefer that, so I prefer trading a little bit of Dow because it touches up on some bank earnings and bank liquidity. Got a little insider knowledge on the banks, Noors. Noor. A little bit of insider knowledge. I'm just joking, guys. Yeah, S&P is good too, Jay. Nice, clean S&P. Yeah, Tony. Eid Mubarak. Inshallah. All the best for you, brother. Inshallah. Dennis, Jake Paul, and Tyson. I don't know. Did they change the rules on that? Is it even a go? If Tyson loses that, Tyson is like my childhood idol. Like, I grew up in the 90s, guys. Like, Tyson was a dog. Like, first time he's walking out with DMX. Like, like you're like, you had goosebumps when Tyson was coming out fighting like Evander Holyfield, and like those battles with like Lennox Lewis. And oh my god, like, if Tyson loses to a YouTuber, oh my goodness, like, that will ruin his legacy. I hope he's not doing it for a paycheck, but man, Tyson can't go out like that. It just, if Tyson loses, you guys probably won't see me for a month. I'm probably I probably will be so sad that I don't even think I can come on YouTube anymore. I hope I hope just Tyson goes in there and just teaches this guy a lesson. Like, you don't mess with the goat. Billy, welcome. Eid Mubarak. But Tyson looks good in his training. He looks good. Like, I think he's 62 years old now. He looks really, really good in his training. Gaming Society, appreciate you, bro. Say thank you for the psychology. Um, from Boston. Yeah, nice, man. We'll see if the Celtics can finally win a championship. Is Tyson 56? 56 or 62? Carlos, that's what I was saying. If he needs to eat his ear, I don't care. Like, just do something. Be a dog in there. Like, you can't lose to a YouTuber. If he's got to eat his ear, eat his nose, I don't care. Like, you just can't go out like that. And it's Jake Paul. The guy can afford a new ear. He'll probably buy a new one. He's got enough money. So, but you got to go out like a dog. You can't just get knocked out by Jake Paul. Okay, guys, I'm getting really bored of watching this NZD. Let's look at Nasdaq. Let's look at our analysis over here. So, because we're getting a new 30-minute candle. Okay, so remember what we're doing. We're doing a little bit of recap of our higher time frames from yesterday. Okay, so again, guys, if you're just joining our call, what we did over here on gold. Okay, so gold, I'm just going to go full chart. This is what we did with gold. Yesterday, we were looking for a sell below 4 hour, below this yellow line. Now that we came back together and we have another call, we see the way how gold moved throughout the day, and now we're back on. So what I did was I was originally looking for a sell yesterday below 23.30. So now I see structure. I've moved my sell order right here to 23.42 area, below this yellow line. So I'll see right now we're moving away from this area. So gold could maybe continue to close above here and maybe push out a little bullish, and then maybe I could flip into a buy. But I'm still looking for that sell below there, more so leading into London and then CPI. Okay, so it could just consolidate here, maybe another bullish break, but there's two big rejection wicks up here. It could just impulse breakout again and then push it back down. If the volume is consolidating in here, I'm looking for that break on gold to push down below here later in the day. Okay, so that's gold. And then we did a little bit of analysis on our Dow Jones right over here. So if you're just joining the call late, now I'm personally have indecision on US 30 as to what happened yesterday. So we were looking for a sell here yesterday. It did activate, okay, but it was a quick 4-hour candle that dropped, came right back down to that double bottom low. We measured the move. It was for about 220 pips and came right back up. And then on the call, we broke it down if you wanted to enter on the 1 hour, if you wanted to enter on the 15, on the 5, or even the 1s. But when you're entering, you're playing the 4-hour momentum breaking down. And then now looking at it, how it came back up, and now we're trading right in the middle of this consolidated zone. That's why I still am looking for a potential sell at the same area if it continues to break down later tonight and with CPI tomorrow morning. And then also if it breaks out bullish, if we get the move coming back up here and closing above this area, we have not closed with any 4-hour volume for a long time above here, that we could get a bullish breakout on US 30, and then we're looking for a buy above here. Okay, so I'm 50-50 right now on US 30 because it's kind of performed a 4-hour double bottom, one bottom right here. There's our neckline at this area, 39,000, and then we grab some liquidity there, kind of like a double bottom, and then now it's inside the middle of this trading box. So if it continues to push bullish, look for that breakout, look for a 4-hour candle close, maybe retest this, and then drive. And then you can enter. Remember, you can look at a 1 hour, you can look at a 15-minute, you can look at a 5, you can look at a 1 to enter. But then when you're in the trade, maybe continue to focus and hold the trade with 4-hour momentum until it fills up to maybe here, and then you grab yourself almost 300 pips. Maybe if you're just looking for a quick move, that's about a 100 pip move. And then who knows, if it continues to drive through here, fill that wick, that could be a 400 or 500 pip move. Okay, if it drives with that news tomorrow. Okay. So that's for US 30. We already talked about that. And then we were going to talk about NASDAQ right over here, but then we jumped right into that NZD news. But now I'm going to go back and we're going to focus on NASDAQ. Okay, so remember the setup for NASDAQ. Okay, this is what we had set up yesterday for NASDAQ. Okay, so see a lot of consolidation. We kind of ended our call right here on this candle yesterday, and we were looking for a sell similar to US 30. Gold is continuing to push, guys. Gold is very, very strong. And then right here, it came down, it broke. So yes, a 4-hour candle did break down there. If you want to look again where you could have maybe possibly entered, it was too quick. Like right here, the hourly candle just dropped, came down, closed right there, then it got bullish candle, assume it's opening up green, and it closed in the box. So you can see it was kind of a quick little fake out on the hourly. Then we consolidated. Then right here at power hour, 3 p.m., that's when we had another bullish move. And now you see the hourly candles are just consolidating right at the top of the box. There's like no volume in the market right now. We're still staying below right here. If I just draw a white line right up here, you can see the hourly structure right there. We came up, hourly, rejected. We came up again right there. This was Tuesday, Wall Street, and then they rejected the move, came back down. We came right back up to the hourly, and then you see how we're just kind of consolidating right here. So if we do get some hourly volume later tonight, close above this white line, we could fill and continue to push up. But right now it's still holding. Look at gold, guys. Gold, very nice breakout. Cleared this resistance. Depth of market is still building. They're asking to trade up here, and we might be tapping into this liquidity up here. So if you're in buys on gold, if you're scalping gold, very, very beautiful move. We're above the VWAP. Look at all that nice big green bullish volume that came in right now at 10:30. And yes, the cumulative volume delta is very bearish, negative 300, but you see how we're causing like a little bit of a short squeeze, so forcing more and more offers to come in the market, but they're getting pulled, and look at how they're asking to trade right through here. Very nice move on gold. So hourly, and then if you're looking on the 5 minutes, you know how we looked at that quick little sell, okay, on the 5 minutes. That's why I focus on fives too. See, there was my first 5 minute candle that closed below that structure at 10:35. Started to drop. There's the first body candle. It came up green and dropped. Right there, if I'm looking for a sell, it dropped. I always look at structure to the left to see where there is a little bit of structure. And you can see kind of right over here, there was a little bit of structure in the market. But I kind of measure moves too. I don't know if maybe I would have, if I took it, that's nothing wrong with grabbing 60, 65 pips on that drop. But then you see how kind of found support, came back up, traded around here. So it was a quick drop. On the 4 hour, it's an impulse. When we look at the 4 hour, it's an impulse. Okay, so it quickly came down at 10:30, just dropped. That's what I'm saying. If you lower your time frames, you look at the hourly, the 15-minute, or the 5-minute, then maybe you can get in, pip and dip. But if not, if you waited for the 4 hour candle close, it came back up and closed. Then you see it was just a liquidity grab. And then it came up bullish the next 4 hour candle. So now we're closing above here. So I could be looking for a 4 hour buy on NASDAQ above this white line. I'm going to allow it to consolidate inside that little tight box. And if we continue to break out strong on the 4 hour, then maybe we fill up to the top of the red box here, and maybe it can break out to the yellow line. And then I measure this. If we continue to drive strong on NASDAQ later tonight, there's 120, and then up to there, maybe 180 pips up to the yellow line. And then I respect my yellow line. Why? Because you can see how it was clear resistance right there, clear resistance right there, resistance right there, and it's about 50% of that red candle. So I wouldn't mind taking it all the way back up there, and then I kind of scale out. If it continues to drive, it could drive to 18,500, and we're right back to all-time highs. Okay, so definitely NASDAQ could trade to all-time highs later tomorrow morning with a little bit of NASDAQ news. Now what I do, or sorry, CPI news. Now what I do with this consolidated box, guys. Remember, Noor, what I was saying, see this 4 hour candle right here? Open, close. This was 1 p.m. in the afternoon. It was a nice big bullish engulfing candle. Let's identify, guys, all together. Where's half of this big body candle? Okay, what's half of it? Right around there. Is that half of it? Draw a yellow line for a point of interest on the daily. Okay, so if we ever get any 4 hour pullbacks, if it goes down red, we look for it to pick up liquidity right here at the yellow line, maybe catch a wick, and then dry back up. Then that would make my buy stronger up here. Okay, but I gotta see right now, it's still just consolidating. So what I do is maybe I bring my consolidated zone up a bit. See how I adjust things? I just bring it up to there now, and then I bring my consolidated zone right up to exactly to that yellow line. Okay, and then see, now I give it a tighter consolidated area. And then let's say now, for example, I have a new zone right here, the yellow line. So I was originally looking for that sell down there, but what happens if the market now gets rejected and comes down and closes below 50% of that green candle right there, and then retest this and then drops? that's where it could start the next 4-hour sell, and then we get a bearish move engulfing that green candle, and then all of a sudden we close below our original signal and then retest this, then we get the big drop. Okay, so now what I'm doing with NASDAQ is I'm going to tighten the trap even more. So I'm going to look now for a sell setup below there. Okay, guys, see how originally yesterday I was looking for a sell below there. It kind of just impulsively broke down on that 4-hour candle, but I'm studying the 4-hour candles now. I showed you how, yes, you could have potentially scalped for a quick move, but we're focusing on a higher time frame. So if it kind of consolidates in here and then drops back down here, that could be where they're going to drop the market. Okay, so yellow line, I'm putting a new signal in the market. Yellow, right click, add alert. I'm going to create it right here on the 4-hour, create it, and then I should have a clock right there. So I have a clock right here that will alert me to maybe look for a potential sell right here, 18,160 on NASDAQ, and then maybe a continuation or add another sell position at below this purple line. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of this purple line. It's insignificant right now. And do you guys see how I kind of adjusted my charts now? Okay, so I really trapped NASDAQ a little tighter. Okay. What do you guys think? Do you guys think NASDAQ will continue to break out bullish? Do you guys think, or it will break down through here? Nor you're bullish, yeah, it's developing, but we gotta nor what about this? Maybe it could be like a 4-hour candle that impulsively breaks out of here. We wait for it to close, catches a wick, they reject it, comes back, closes down here. Then we get a small pullback, and then they drop down here, pull back, and then they fill the prior that yesterday's wick, and then they drop it back down to the green box. Okay, so but if you get a 4-hour move up here, yes, it could impulsively break out, but again, you go to, if you want to test the lower time frames, but if you get a 4-hour big body bullish candle and you get a continuation like an ignited bar, yes, you're definitely bullish and could be attempting all-time highs again. But again, it's hearsay. We don't know how the CPI, like right here, guys, tomorrow morning, this will be the big news. This is what the market is waiting for. Gold is strong, just continuing to break through here. See the big heat right here, 2373, 130 orders up here. It could fill up to there, maybe absorb that, and then maybe the sellers bring it back down, but you're creating higher highs and higher lows. And the depth of market is getting deeper down below here. So if you're in buys on gold, congratulations, guys. If you can bring a trailing stop loss up with it. But tomorrow morning, guys, right here, 8:30 a.m., core CPI, CPI month over month, and the big one, CPI year over year. This is where the markets are going to move. You're going to see NASDAQ will move here. US 30 will move here, gold will move here, almost every single security in the markets will move because everything is tied to the US dollar, and this has to do with the inflation in the US. Okay, so that's what everyone's waiting for, because this could dictate our next FOMC event, to know what these inflation numbers are. So very, very important. Okay, guys, so I'll share with you guys my new updated NASDAQ chart, and I'll provide it for you guys here in the Zoom. Okay, guys. Okay, so you have another link in the Zoom, guys. So kind of just gotta maybe give it a little time, let these things develop. There's not much volume trading in NASDAQ. You can see the 4-hour candles are last 4 hours, and the 4-hour candle that just opened up, we got no volume in NASDAQ right now, no volume in US 30 right now. Gold made a little bit of a move. It came down bearish, picked up the wick, coming back up. So we've got 2 hours to go. This area, okay, if you're waiting for the full 4-hour candle, you got 2 hours and 17 minutes. But what you can do is you can go to gold and you can go down to a lower time frame. You're following this 4-hour volume. It came down, picked up the liquidity. It's a bullish pin bar, but let's see what happens here. So you can go into the 1 hour, and then you see here, You came down, came up and closed red. Now you got a strong bullish hourly candle, 16 more minutes to go. Maybe it will close above there, and then maybe you could look for that continuation buy to fill up to 23.63. That's another 100 pip move just to fill up to here. If you're looking on the 15-minute candles, okay, it formed a little bit of a bottom and it's coming up. So we got to see maybe a 15-minute candle close with some clean volume above here. Also on the 5 minutes, the 5 minutes had nice little bottom structure right there at 23.45. Continued to push. New structure formed at 23.49 and continue to move. This is why I personally like looking at like gold or US 30 as opposed to NZDUSD, because you can see just like this move right here where this candle kind of closed, and if you just scalp that candle alone, that's 20 pips and to 20 to 30 pips in 5, 10, 15 minutes. Again, consolidation, and then this big candle breaking out, if you get that continuation buy, you're just playing this trend. Again, it goes 25, maybe another 30 pips. And just one trade right there, you scale out, hold, consolidation, bullish flag, enter again. You hit 50, 60 pips, and you could be done in a Tokyo session just like that. Grab your money and get out. That's why I prefer when I scalp. I like to trade securities that actually move as opposed to just watching paint dry with like NZDUSD. But everyone has their preference. I just prefer things that move. I want to get my pips and get out and make it worthwhile. Okay, guys, so those are our swing trades. Tomorrow night, I'm going to take the night off for Eid to be with my family, guys. And then I will be back with you guys Thursday night. And then next week, we're going to move into New York. So please, guys, if you're on YouTube, hit subscribe to this Telegram channel. Okay, right over here. It's pinned at the top of the YouTube. Because we provide a lot of information as to what we do here, but more importantly, you get our weekly trading schedule, so you know what sessions are Zoom. Because you're going to see on YouTube, you'll see next week that I might be trading in here. I don't know if PK might be going to Europe next week, so I might do all of the post New York sessions Monday to Friday in here. So it would be 11 to maybe 1 or 2 p.m. Maybe we'll go for 3 hours in New York. We'll go a little longer. I got to talk to PK. I think he's taking these days off. But I'll see. If not, if PK is doing those, I'll jump in Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then we'll have maybe Wednesday and Friday can be a New York afternoon, kind of like 1 to 3 to 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay, guys, and there is a discount if you want the SST Scalper Pro signals. We'll have another sale on our exclusive membership that gets you in the Discord, all of the education. Guys, you know, when we're looking at education yesterday, I kind of pointed out to check out webinar 85. I know some of you guys were talking early in the week. You guys were struggling. Why am I struggling as a trader? Things that we talked about were over leveraging, over trading, and revenge trading. And we talked about 20 topics here as a group. It was a 2-hour webinar. Those were 3 of the topics, but we talked about other things. So you guys, if you guys can watch this maybe this weekend, maybe help you with your psychology. One that I recommend for tonight, guys, is let me look over here. Is this one. This one is to do with psychology, webinar 103. This is zone-to-zone trading, or sorry, where is it? I'm sorry. This one, sorry, 102, psychology, trader's mindset, you versus yourself in the market. I want you guys to really understand what I mean by this. Trading is personally you, what you do in the markets. It's you versus the markets, you versus the security you're trading. You're trading against the market maker. You're trading against the liquidity against yourself. You're not trading against me. You're not trading against a sniper. You're not trading against your friend. You're trading against you. Trading is all about how you handle your emotions. It's how disciplined you are. So this was a good webinar we did, 102. If you guys haven't watched this one on Zoom, I recommend you guys watch this one to help with your mindset. It's you versus yourself. We talked in depth about why it's important to kind of, when you're trading, to try and be better than you were yesterday, to make the necessary improvements so that you can get more consistent with your trading, and to stop making the common mistakes that everybody makes. And you're probably once you start digging yourself in a hole, you can't get out, and then you start adding more losses and more losses, then you revenge trade, then you're just lost and you don't know where to start again. So this is a good one, guys. I recommend that you guys watch this one. I kind of give you guys after one of these calls every night in Tokyo, which is a good webinar that I recommend. And this one, because I think some of you guys do need to listen to this, that trading is you versus yourself, okay? And once you can start to set personal trading goals, you can start to conquer those. You can start setting up weekly goals, monthly goals. You can start to envision yourself where you see yourself in the future as a trader. Start off small realistic goals, and make sure you can check those off. Make sure you can complete those before you move on to a next goal. Don't give yourself these unrealistic goals that are not attainable and not achievable. Like I had a trader who was consistently making 2% per day, but then he said to himself he wants 5% per day. It's a great goal, but when he couldn't reach 5%, he felt like he was not being a good trader because he set these unrealistic goals. And I'm like, you're hitting 2% every single day. You know, some traders dream of making 2% per day, but he was still seeing himself as a failure because he gave himself these 5% goals that he wants to hit every single day. And he couldn't see how well he was doing, and he still thought he was a struggling trader. And I'm like, if I could hit 2% per day, life is good. You know, I had to scale him back to understand how important, how well he's doing, because he was getting discouraged and he was starting to revenge trade, and then he was starting to stay in the markets and started over trading because he was trying to hit this 5% goal every single day where he was doing 2%. And now I got him to appreciate 2%. I got him to be more disciplined. He is now hitting daily goals and getting out of the markets now. And eventually the 5% days will come, but don't give yourself these unattainable goals. Yes, some of you guys, I don't want to say that you guys cannot hit these goals. Some of you guys can very well do 5% per day. But if you're starting out, start off small, guys. You know, take baby steps. Get a feel of how to do things, consistency, so that you can have profitable days every day in these markets. So then you don't have big losing streaks and start struggling and then trying to get back on the bike and wondering how maybe you forgot how to ride a bike again. So guys, just you versus yourself, very important in trading. And correcting your mistakes. Stop worrying about what your neighbor, how he's trading. Stop worrying about how your friend is trading. Stop worrying about how your favorite YouTuber is trading. They're not paying your bills. They're not doing anything for you, okay? They're making their own money. They could care less for you. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be rude to any YouTubers out there, but a lot of YouTubers are not, like, no YouTuber is paying my bills. If I follow a YouTuber, he's not sending me any of his profits. So I enjoy to watch YouTubers, the way how they trade. I learn new things, but I have to focus on my own trading. As much as I love the YouTube traders, I love them, but they're not doing anything for me to help me. You know, I'm learning new things from them, but they're not really paying my bills. At the end of the day, I need to pay my bills. So I have to be focused on my own trading. I got to be focused on my mistakes. I got to be focused on the things that I do well in the market, and I got to capitalize on those things. And I got to keep learning how to improve myself day by day. You know, for some of us, it takes years and years to learn how to trade these markets. So if some of you guys are doing really well in the first couple months, I applaud you guys. I salute you guys. But some of you guys that are still 5 years in the game and you still haven't even made $1, don't think you're the only one. There's a lot of traders who have been trading 5 years more and they still haven't made $1 in the markets because they still haven't mastered any type of consistency. They haven't mastered a strategy. They have absolutely no trading plan. Maybe you don't have a daily routine. Maybe you're trading multiple securities. There could be various things that are holding you back. So this is where you got to become more disciplined. Guys, if we can have some homework for this week, it's to list 5 things that you want to improve as a trader, and we'll touch about these things on Thursday's call. So what are 5 things that you need to improve as a trader? and we'll talk about these 5 things, and then hopefully as a group, maybe more of these things more of us need to improve on these things, and maybe we can talk about it and then help improve each other. But we always talk about profitable traders and this and that. If you're a profitable trader, you're absolutely doing something good in the market. Continue success for you. I wish you guys all the best. But I'm also focused on a lot of the struggling traders, because we can't just show love to all of our profitable traders and then forget about our struggling traders. Okay, so I know that there is some very good traders in here, and you guys continue excel. You guys continue doing what you're doing. I know you guys still need to improve on things. I need to improve on things always daily. If you think that you're the master of the markets, believe me, these markets will humble you real fast, and then you will learn a lesson. We're never above these markets. Always remain humble. Be hungry always to get these pips. Remain disciplined, but never get above the market. Never get greedy. Never think that you're the market maker. Never think that you're above these markets. You take one bad trade, and I guarantee you gold will slap you. You take one bad trade on US30, it will slap you. You take one bad trade on NZDUSD and you over leverage, it will slap you. And you will get humbled real fast, and you'll be left scratching your head. So just remember that, guys. But for the struggling traders, we're here always, day in and day out, to help you guys as well. Whether it's in our Discord, it's on YouTube, we're here, but we need you guys here daily with us. It doesn't do any good for us and you if you take 3 months off, 6 months off, and then you come back. We want to see consistency, guys. So I'm here on a daily basis with you guys. I expect, if you guys can, to tune in with us, and we can help you guys. We're getting a lot of successful traders coming out of our Discord, and we're getting a lot of successful traders on YouTube, so we appreciate all of you guys. Just continued blessings for everybody. I hope everyone had a beautiful Ramadan. Eid Mubarak to you guys. I'm going to take the night off. I'm going to go. I haven't eaten supper yet. I feel like I'm still fasting here when I should be eating. And then tomorrow, guys, we have prayer. And then I will see you guys for Thursday. Okay, guys? So, guys, keep an eye on these levels. Okay? Because you can trade, you can grab some pips at these levels. These are our higher time frame levels that we're watching on gold, on US30 and NASDAQ. And remember, there's ways how you can approach these. You can wait for a 4-hour bar to close and look for a retest, but then you are strictly swing trading. You're strictly swing trading. You're holding for the bigger move, and stay with that mindset. But if you want to use these to use these levels and to get in and out for 100, 200 pips, you can drop it down to the hourly, look for an entry, look on the 15-minute for an entry, or even the 5-minute for an entry. But then you can hold it for a little longer, because then you're playing the 4-hour momentum. It's just for entries. Everyone has a different entry point. Like, I can enter on the 1-minute candles, but then I can turn the trade into a 4-hour hold, because I know that these levels are set up on the 4-hour time frames. Okay, Carlos, BTC is moving. Where are we moving? From 68,000. Yeah, what are we? One week away, guys. What is it? April 18 to the halving. So Bitcoin's going to get interesting too, guys. We'll do a couple sessions with Bitcoin coming up. It's fun, guys. Bitcoin can be fun to scalp. It can be fun to invest in. It's a wild roller coaster of a ride, Bitcoin, but it could be the future, guys. We will see with the next halving cycle how everything moves. I'd like to see 150,000 US a coin. I'd like to 2x from where we are right now. Hopefully in the next year, 18 months, we can see that happen. And then there'll be a lot of happy people here. Okay, guys. So I appreciate all of you guys. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your day tomorrow. If you're taking a day off for Eid tomorrow, just take the day off, guys. Remember, the markets are always here. If you want to take the day off tomorrow, take the day off. Spend it with the family and enjoy. Blessings to everybody. Segline, hello. I want to try the SST Killshot demo. Yeah, just go over here to the free Telegram group right over here and click on this SST Killshot link, MQL5. It will direct you, and then click on right here, free demo, and then it will start to direct you right here. And then you can download the free demo and test it out. Okay, but that's where that is. Okay, guys, and trade safe tomorrow morning, please, guys. During this time, 8:30, those 3 red core CPI, CPI, and the CPI year over year. Okay, a lot of inflation news coming out, and then as we move into Wall Street, you have a member Bowen speaking here. We have some Canadian news. So even if you're not trading the Canadian dollar, still focus on this. It's at 5% because US kind of follows Canada. US will be later for the FOMC, but we'll see. Right now we have no rate change in Canada. So we'll see what the actual number is that comes out here. We might get a shocker. Who knows? Maybe they increase, maybe they decrease, and then maybe US will follow suit in the next FOMC. And then if you're trading anything to do with crude oil inventories at 10:30, Bank of Canada press conference, and then here too, guys. Okay, so I want to talk about this real quick. 1 o'clock, 1 minute, 1:01 p.m. tomorrow. We have a 10-year bond auction. This is going to be volatile. You're going to see some big moves here, okay? Because the markets move with the bonds, okay? So the treasury bonds, we have the 10-year bond auction tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And then you see here FOMC meeting minutes. A lot of traders get this folder confused with this is the big FOMC event. This is not. This is just a recap of what happened at the last FOMC. We'll talk about, answer some questions here. This will be volatile, but not as much as when we have a live FOMC event. This is where when we have a live FOMC event, we have the actual number here, like 5.5%. What will it actually be? Powell comes to the podium 30 minutes later and talks and answers questions. But this is just a recap of the previous FOMC. Okay, so that will be if you're trading tomorrow in the afternoon. Tomorrow is a busy day. Tomorrow is the first real volatile day this week. We didn't have any news on Monday. We didn't have anything on Tuesday. It starts to really get spicy tomorrow, and then we move into Thursday. Again, Thursday is a big day. We got PPI and the 30-year bond auction. We have FOMC members speaking throughout the day. And then Friday, we end Friday. But Friday for Dow Jones, a lot of banks are reporting. Okay, so it's going to start to get midweek, lots of volatility starting tomorrow morning. So trade safe tomorrow, guys. Risk management. Do not over leverage. Don't over trade. If you hit daily goals, get in and out of the markets, pip and dip, hit your daily goal and move on with your day. And let's try and get more consistent with this. Okay, guys? So thank you guys so much. Please, if you guys can hit the like button on YouTube, if you can subscribe, notifications, all of that stuff. And everyone on Zoom, I appreciate you guys. Get some rest. Join Shahab for London if you guys can. And then tomorrow morning, you guys can kill it with Dave as well in doing the news and New York. Okay, guys? And everyone else, if you'd like to join SST, we'd love to have you guys on our team. You're more than welcome to join us, and you get all of the education content. You get to be part of the Zoom sessions that we do all throughout the different sessions in London, in New York, and in Tokyo sessions. And also you get part of the SST signals and everything else we offer here, and the Discord channel with the entire group, guys. Okay, and got some great traders in there. Too many names to list, but there is a bunch of guys that trade in there daily, sharing charts, learning from each other, and it's a great group, guys. Everyone's sharing their information, their knowledge together, and helping everyone become better traders. So it's a great community, guys. I'm blessed to be part of this. Thank you, guys, and I just want to wish everyone Eid Mubarak. Enjoy this time, guys. It's a special time. I hope God blesses all of us, inshallah, and I hope that there's peace around the world. I hope that you guys are very healthy going forward this year. You guys are successful with anything you do, not just trading, anything in life, guys. I hope you guys reach your goals. Aim high, guys. Aim for big goals, and stay hungry to reach those goals. And you will get there, guys. But just stay focused, stay disciplined, and I wish the best for everybody here. Okay, so thank you, guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you guys Thursday evening. Okay. Good night, guys. Good night, Carlos. Take care, brother.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Never Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.